You have a warrant?
It is Monday, March 2nd, and Callie and I here want to give you an update on ICE in Rochester, Minnesota. Now, we are certainly seeing less ICE activity in Rochester than we have seen in the previous month, 6 weeks or so. The numbers are down statewide, down to something about 1,000 agents, which is still quite a lot of agents, certainly less than the 4,000 we had at the top of this surge. It does appear that ICE is in Rochester almost daily, especially in sort of the latter parts of the week. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. All of this could be patterns that change each week, but that's been the last couple of weeks. Not any sort of targeted raids along businesses like we've been seeing. We are hearing a lot of intimidation. I have heard from 2 constitutional observers that they have been visited by ICE. They're parking by their house or on their street or following them back to their residences, which is obviously very concerning. There are also 2 local events that I want to talk about in conjunction with ICE and the federal occupation of our state. The first is the withholding of the Medicaid funds that the federal government announced, almost $250 million a quarter for our Medicaid services. This is going to put many Minnesotans in as much danger as the ICE presence put Minnesotans in danger over the next couple of months if this funding is not restored very quickly. These are life-saving and life-supporting and life-affirming services that people do not get. They will die. You need to know that that is going to affect people here in Rochester deeply. Secondly, I want to talk about our chief of police apparently being Representative Brad Finstad's guest at the State of the Union, the very partisan State of the Union. At best, I think this is a very, very bad show of judgment to our police chief. At worst, it shows at a time when folks in Rochester have lost trust in our police department because of their responses to ICE, a sort of showing that at least our chief of police agrees with ICE being a law enforcement mechanism that should legitimately be in Rochester. I think that's concerning. Finally, it is early in the month here. A lot of Minnesota families are struggling to pay rent because they weren't able to go to normal shifts and get their normal paychecks because of the federal occupation of our state. If you're able, please go to standwithminnesota.com and give there to help people with rental assistance. Thanks.